Imagine a vast, intricate universe, not as we know it, but as a prison. A place where human souls are confined and controlled by a cast of capricious and cruel cosmic jailers. This may sound like a bizarre sci-fi premise, but it's actually a fundamental tenet of Gnosticism, an ancient mystical tradition that flourished in the first few centuries CE. And these jailers, these puppet masters of the cosmos, are known as the Archons. So what exactly are the Archons? The term itself comes from the Greek word for ruler or authority. But to understand what they are, we need to delve deeper into Gnostic Cosmology, a system that diverges dramatically from both the Genesis account and later Abrahamic traditions. At the heart of Gnosticism is the idea that our material world is a flawed creation, a kind of spiritual prison that was brought into existence by a being known as the Demiurge. Now, the Demiurge is not the god of the Gnostics. He's actually a lesser god, ignorant and arrogant, who acts alone and creates everything from the highest heavens to the lowest hell. Unaware of the true, transcendent God, the Demiurge mistakes his own limited reflection as the ultimate reality. And so he creates the material world and its celestial rulers, the Archons. These beings are said to correspond to the planets and zodiacal signs over which they reign as wardens. Their main functions are threefold. First, they are enforcers of the Demiurge's will, upholding the laws and structures of this imperfect creation. Second, they act as cosmic gatekeepers, standing guard at the heavenly spheres and preventing the soul's spiritual ascent after death. Their goal is to keep the souls trapped and eternally bound to the material realm and the cycle of reincarnation. And third, they are the source of deception, distorting human perception and spreading false teachings about the nature of reality. It is through the Archons that humanity is kept ignorant of its true divine origin. In Gnostic texts like the hypostasis of the Archons are often portrayed as grotesque, part animal, or even androgynous beings who are fundamentally bumbling or conceited. They are utterly unaware of the higher spiritual reality that exists beyond their own limited sphere of influence. The most prominent of these beings is often identified as Yaldabaoth, a name that combines elements associated with destruction, confusion, and falsehood. He is depicted as the supreme ruler of the material world, presiding over the seven heavens and sending forth the Archons to carry out his will. But how does one escape the clutches of the Archons? For the Gnostics, salvation is not achieved through faith in the Archons' laws, but through gnosis, a direct, intuitive knowledge of one's divine self and the true nature of reality. This spiritual insight is the key to recognizing the Archons' deceptions and navigating past their traps. In many Gnostic narratives, figures like Jesus are not saviors in the traditional sense, but rather revealers who descend from the higher spiritual realms to impart this secret knowledge. By awakening the divine spark within, the Gnostic initiate gains the wisdom needed to break free from the Archon's dominion and ultimately to reunite with the true God of light. While the Gnostic belief system eventually faded, the concept of the Archons has endured. The renowned psychoanalyst Carl Jung saw the Archons as archetypal forces in the collective unconscious, representing psychological barriers to spiritual growth and self-realization. Modern esotericism often interprets the Archons as symbols of systemic control, manipulation, or even oppressive extraterrestrial or interdimensional beings who seek to enslave humanity through fear and ignorance. Whether viewed as malevolent deities, psychological complexes, or symbolic representations of oppression, the Archons continue to captivate our imaginations. They serve as a reminder of the constant struggle between those who seek to enlighten us and those who would rather keep us in darkness. Now, if you find this topic intriguing, I have a special treat for you. And hey, before you go, if you've enjoyed this journey through the realms of Gnosticism, I've got more videos that I think you'll love. Why not stick around and keep exploring the mysteries of the cosmos with me? Thanks for joining me on this episode. Until next time, stay curious, stay questioning, and above all, stay free.